Baggedmilk, I want to start with something. I want to get this right out of the way.
Sure.
This is not the season or the end of the season that anybody wanted. Nobody is going to admit to that. But I got to say, I am not disappointed with these kids. That was fun. I'm proud of this team right now.
Yeah, I'm not disappointed either. I mean, obviously, well, the reality is 31 teams fail every year. Only one team wins the Stanley Cup. So it depends how you look at it. Like, yes, it's disappointing not to get back to the Western Conference Finals where they were last year, but at the same point, man, we had fun. It was a great run, had a good time, and I'm not going to take away what Vegas did. They played really well, whereas the Oilers didn't come up with their A game enough, and it was the difference ultimately. So disappointed, sure. Like, by no means am I calling the season a failure. Like I saw some people were on social media, but yeah, disappointing for sure.
So the playoffs move on without the Oilers. I had one question for you. Do you think you could cheer for Carolina for Jesse Puljujärvi to get a cup? Or are the scars of 2006, they're still fresh, eh?
Nope. I have no interest in any of these teams winning the Stanley Cup. I am going to know what happens because of my job, and I have to, but I am not watching any of it. I don't care if Jesse Puljujärvi ever plays in the NHL again. No offense, yes. Sure, I'd be happy for him personally, but no, the Hurricanes, come on. No, I don't want anybody to win. Somehow I'd like the rest of the season to be canceled.
It's the retirement cup. It's all the retirement states. Florida.
Yeah, that's fine.
Texas.
I was saying on Monday, well, playoffs are over. we can all go home.
We had that conversation about that yesterday on Oilers Nation Radio. It's just, how much are you watching? And like, for all of us, we all love to watch hockey, but like, when the Oilers are out, it's just not the same. So I am never going to sit down for a playoff game and just watch it start to finish. I might have it on the background or something, but no, I'm not interested. I'm going to find out who wins. I'm going to watch the highlights, but that's about it.
So I have a question that might be a little bit more fun. Spending the next 3 months drinking on a patio or watching the Leafs implode from the top down, what's going to be more exciting for Baggedmilk?
To be honest, I would like to watch that happen from a patio.
You can do both.
We have the technology now. I could just flip it onto my phone. Again, I don't care enough about the Leafs to watch any of this stuff, but I will read headlines, and I will enjoy their downfall. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in Toronto. Personally, if it was me, I'd keep William Nylander and punt the rest, but I doubt that's what happened. So it's going to be really interesting. They obviously had really high expectations. They won one game in the second round, and for some people, that was a Stanley Cup for them. So they're going to have a really interesting offseason in Toronto.
Yeah, there's already talk about the Blackhawks trading for Austin Matthews. And all that, so.
Why the Blackhawks would even contemplate that is beyond me.
Kyle Dubas looked like he was saying goodbye the other day too.
He was interesting because you'd have to imagine there's going to be a new coach there. Sheldon Keefe's been for 4 playoff runs with them, I think, so you'd have to imagine that's more than enough leash for him. But with Kyle Dubas, he's going to have options, so he could absolutely stay in Toronto, but I think if he decides he wants to move on, he's going to have a list of suitors.
Do you have any off-season predictions for the Oilers at all?
Well, the most interesting thing came from Frank Saravalli the other day, where Ken Holland could be promoting himself up to president of hockey ops, which is a title he already holds, but just holding that one and then having Steve Stais move into the general manager role.
Okay.
I think that's a really interesting story to follow. Obviously, Ken's in his late 60s now.
Yeah.
It's not going to work forever, so giving himself a bump upstairs, maybe a little bit less travel, I could see that happening. What's really going to be interesting, though, on the player side is the Oilers have to find some upgrades. We all know that, but they don't have a whole lot of cap space to do it. So what is that going to mean for players like Kyler Yamamoto? Didn't have a great season. Warren Fogle had a really nice back half of the season. We found out yesterday he was battling an injury throughout the second half of the season. What about guys like Brett Kulak? They're going to have to try and clear some cap space, but they're going to have to get creative, and unfortunately, probably a solid player is going to go. Are they going to bring back Derek Ryan? Are they going to bring back Nick Bukestad? There's a bunch of stories here that we're going to follow over the summer at OilersNation.com.
I hope they keep Nick.
It's going to be interesting to see how
Yeah.
I do too. He was solid. he probably got bumped up above his weight class when he was moved up to the second line there for a little bit. But for what he was, the face-offs, the giant wingspan, he looks like a pterodactyl out there.
Yeah.
I'd love for them to find a way to make it work. But he had a great season. Chances are he's going to chase the bag a little bit.
Nick looked a lot like me when I was playing hockey. Big guy with sweet hands.
Yeah, that's you. That's what everyone always said.
Yeah, Lochlin the athlete.
Yeah. Anyway, it'll be interesting. We're going to do what we do every year and keep you around. Obviously, you'll take some summer time off, but we always seem to find something to talk about with you, Baggedmilk. So
Yeah.
even though the season is over, we'll keep calling you every Wednesday. Okay, brother?
It's never really over around Edmonton.
That's right.
There's going to be some
That's a good
Oilers
point.
news pop up in August, and we're all going to get fired up again.
All right, there he is. Baggedmilk from Oilers Nation. Thank you for your time, my friend.
Thanks, boys.
The Locker Room for Arden Roof Systems. Weekday mornings on 95.7 Cruise FM.